Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Lyle here with a side project for you guys. Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? It's been it's been a little too long for a while. You sound sick, Lyle. Yeah, I think I'm coming down with something. This weather here out here in Texas, it's one day we got summer, the next day we got winter. It's the loveliest thing in the world. So anyway, so yeah, I know it's been a while, but I guess you can say well, for one, I I didn't have the means to pay the internet bill, so that's kind of something you need whenever you're doing a podcast. Take note, kids, if you ever plan on doing a little something there. Make sure you got a means of recording and posting it. That's the one thing to that's the one lesson we should take from today. That's not the only lesson we should take from today, but that's one of the lessons. Lesson number 2: pay your bills. If that didn't come through in the first lesson there. Okay, cool. All right. So anyway, yeah. So what have you been up to? Well, there was Thanksgiving. That was delicious, I guess. There was Christmas. That's awesome, right? Christmas, right? I know you guys are probably like, "Oh man, side project, it's gonna be perfect on Christmas." I'm sorry, I missed it, but I'm gonna make up for it. I promise. I got the next 4 days planned out for the side project here. Today being one. I think I honestly I think it's gonna be great. The next 5 days, excuse me, 5 days. I got planned out today, and then 4 days after that. The 4 days after today, I think are going to be amazing. I think you guys are really going to enjoy. So, yeah, especially I'm going to drop a hint in here for any comic book fans. Yeah, okay. We like it. All right. So anyway, so stick with me, and I promise you, hopefully I haven't lost anybody as far as followers go, listeners go. I'm sorry. I do apologize. We weren't all blessed with Bill Gates' money, so things happen. Stuff gets turned off, but it gets turned back on too, right? So. Yeah, just like a light bulb goes out, you replace it, you fix it, and you move on. There you go. I didn't change internet providers or anything. I just paid the bill. so, so anyway, that being said, let's get started with this side project here. So, I typed this thing out. I made this thing around Christmas time because I was hoping that I can have internet by Christmas and post this and everything, and it would have went so well with Christmas. And I spent all night typing this thing. Oh my gosh, it's short, so you're like, man, you took all night for this, but it's really great. It's really good. I enjoyed it. It's honestly it's good. So, in my eyes, it's good, right? I mean, that's what every chef says. It's good until you try it yourself, and then you're like, it's horrible. So anyway, so the greatest gift you can give anyone is for the knowledge of God's grace and mercy. And originally, that was the greatest Christmas gift. But I said, you know what? You don't just receive gifts on Christmas. You receive gifts all year round. Birthdays, you receive gifts. Valentine's Day, if you have someone, you received a gift. Anniversaries, I don't know why else you would see. Promotions, people gift stuff to you as a congratulations, and stuff like that. So anyway, the greatest gift you can receive, or excuse me, you can give anyone, is for the knowledge of God's grace and mercy. And that's something you have right now. As a Christian, you have God's grace and mercy. You have the knowledge of this. The greatest gift you can receive is God's grace and mercy. Think about it. Before you knew about God's grace and mercy, you were just, just roaming through the world, like John Doe or whoever, and, you've heard of it, but you didn't know how awesome and amazing this grace and mercy in particular was. And when you found out, oh my gosh, right? was eye-opening, right? So I know you're saying, well, Lyle, you see, I've got such a bad past. Okay, this is to all the non-believers out there, the ones who have, it's like getting into a pool. You stick your toes in, and then I don't know if I want to get in there. And you see everyone else having a great time, but the water is just too cold. This grace and mercy, this religion thing you talk about, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's too, I don't follow it a little bit. You guys are having fun over there at your church barbecues. You guys are having fun over here and fellowship and singing at these big Christian concerts and everything, and throwing your hands up like you just don't care, and just enjoying each other and enjoying the people singing, and you guys are singing about God's grace, God's mercy, God this and God that, and God golly, do I want to be a part of it, but I'm sticking my toes in, and it feels, it doesn't feel like me. I can't swim, I can't pray, I can't sing. It's okay, I've done more wrong than good. There's no way God can forgive what I've done or may do in the future. You're wrong. Stop thinking that. I've been there, and you're wrong. There are many people who have been there, and were too afraid to take that step. But they did, and are now living proof of God's grace and mercy. Yeah. You see, there is no sorrow on this earth that heaven can't heal. That is so true. There is nothing on this earth that that you can do that heaven can't. Well, Lyle, what about those murderers? What about them? God forgives them. Believe it or not, He hates the sin, but He loves the sinner. It's weird, right? It's a weird thing. Maybe you got a gay relative. God hates their sin, but He loves them. He loves the sinner. He loves each and every one of us. He created us, out of His own image. He created us out of His own image. And I mean, the fact that you sin, I sin, we all sin. We're all sinners. He hates our sin, but He loves us to death. He loves the sinners. He's not cheering for us to sin, you know what I mean? He's not saying, go out and do bad things because I love it when you do. No, He hates it, but He loves you. He's that one parent He's the one good father. Those of us who never had get the joy of feeling that. To those who had great fathers, who were there their whole life, who felt that love and mercy and kindness, He's that pretty much, except, better. I mean, He can take care of things that no human can possibly take care of. There's hope for the hopeless, and there's rest for the restless. There's a home for the wanderer. Lay down all your hurt. Let down your guard and just come to God as you are. You don't need to go get your hair done. You don't need your nails done. You don't need your eyebrows waxed. You don't need to trim your nose hairs, your ear hairs. You don't need to go get a tan. Well, hold on, Lyle. The new Jordans just came out. I gotta go buy those before I go to church because I want to look good for church. You don't need to. God says, come as you are. Come as you are. Holy shoes, holy socks, holy good gosh, moly, He wants you just the way you look. He doesn't care that you still got bedhead. He don't care. Well, I gotta look good in my Sunday good. No, you don't. Just come to church, come as you are. God is here and ready for you no matter what. No matter what. No need to shave or shower. Please do shower, though, if you do plan on going to church and sit next to me. Unless you don't mind me covering my nose. I understand if, in the whole, European thing, you don't shower or wear deodorant or whatever. But if you're going to do that, and you're going to come to church with me, at least know that I'm probably going to be covering my nose, so please don't be, hurt, I guess would be the word. Or offended. There you go. Big word there. Just come as you are. Remember, that's it. You see, Jesus/God, however you see it, is constantly by your side. He wants to give you life. He wants to give you life. Well, I'm living. I'm living. I'm breathing. I'm alive. I'm So I don't need God. Well, actually you do. Because when you die, you see, you're dead. That's it. You're dead. But when you believe in God, when you take God into your life, when you say, God, you know what? I trust what you're doing, and I want to believe in you. You're the God. You're my Savior. You're everything. He gives you eternal life. So this life right here that you're living, this whatever you're doing right now, doesn't just stop. Well, I'm working. Well, that will stop. I mean, you're going to go up to heaven. You're going to have a wonderful job and everything. It's going to be wonderful. Golly, there's countless books written about heaven. I mean, it's going to be amazing. There's no hurt. There's no pain. There's nothing. It's awesome. But unless you accept God into your life, you can't experience that life after this life. If that makes sense, The whole YOLO thing, you only live once, yeah. Jesus, if you read the Bible, Jesus pretty much put that whole YOLO thing to rest. That's a false. If you believe in him, and you believe that you follow him, then you don't only live once. I got a shirt that says it. Trust me, it's a cool shirt. So it sounds lame. No, it's a really cool shirt. But so anyway. No matter what, when or how, he is there for you whenever you call. He's that friend who will pick up the phone on your drunken nights, your drunk, stupid nights. You want a drunk dial, you want a drunk call, you want a drunk text somebody, call him. He's there. He's going to answer no matter what, 24/7. He is a 24/7 hotline. And all you got to do is hit your knees and pray. That's all you got to do. You don't even have to hit your knees. You just sit there. God, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I don't know I don't know why I drank as much as I did. Why did you let me do it? Well, there's the other thing. God just threw a test at you. God wanted to see how you would, take 12 shots of tequila straight, which I've done. It's a lesson. I promise you it's a lesson. Because guarantee you do it, you ain't going to do it again. It's a lesson. So, God does these things to teach you a lesson. What about those who get into car wrecks, Lyle? What about those? What about the drunk drivers who kill somebody? That's a test for the family. It sucks. Oh, God, does it suck. Gee, it sucks horribly for the family. But it's a test for them. I promise you, it's a hard test, but it's a test for them. The guy who did it, he is sin hard. God hates the sin, but loves the sinner. I'm telling you, it's a crazy thing. It's a crazy, crazy thing to think of, but I'm telling you, everything happens for a reason. God does it for a reason. That lost loved one, that family is going to struggle. And if they are believers in God, they will forgive the sinner. And they love the sinner, but they hate the sin. They hate what happened, but they love the sinner. If they totally 100% agree to what God has planned for them, they love the sinner, but they hate the sin. They hate what he has done, but they forgive him. They forgive him. And they move on from what has happened. They move on. And they need to look, they will look at this as a hard lesson learned. They will look at it as a lesson learned. If we can overcome this loss of a loved one, God only knows the strength he's bestowed upon us to do other amazing things with our lives. I mean, think about it. If you've ever lost a loved one to something like that, for one, I sympathize for you. But for two, the strength that overcame you, the strength you prayed for to overcome this loss. Golly, it's like amazing what you can defeat now. You don't even know, until that day comes when something stronger, when something harder hits you, you won't know the strength that one time from that one loss, that one huge mistake, that one huge thing in your life that was ripped away, that was taken. The strength you were given to get over it. You have no idea. you know, you say to yourself, yeah, I had the strength that one time, but that's probably the only time I'm ever going to get it. No. That strength is going to be like used again or doubled, you know, whenever you will be able to